So what does it cost to go to your school?
33,000 is
And
tuition.
based on scholarship, what can you give?
So for like the most I can give is 66% of tuition. That's the total package. But if they have like outside scholarships, those stack on top of it. And then we have other places where they can do essays for more scholarships.
So, bottom line, roughly, what's a softball kid pay at your school?
Um, so if they have great academics, we have phenomenal academic scholarships. So like, and then if they're a full Pell kid, maybe like $12,000.
Okay. Okay. Um, how would a kid? Are we on? Okay.
No, but we can edit.
Okay. What are you looking for in a student athlete?
I mean, I'm looking at clearly if they're an athlete and I see and I like their tenacious attitude and things like that, I'm gravitating towards that. I love high energy kids because I'm not a high energy coach, so I need kids that get loud and do more than what I'm doing as your coach because I'm pretty even keeled. So I like those kids. I also like good people, hard effort, because those are things that I can't coach you on. Like, I need you to already be a good person before you get to me. And I need you to care about your teammates and want to go above and beyond.
Gotcha. Um, how hard is it to get into your school? As far as GPA requirements and things of that nature.
GPA requirements, I want to say.
Let me
it's
back
like
up. I know there's 3 facets. You got to get 2 out of 3. Can you speak on that a bit?
So you need to have, like, I want to say a 20, at least a 2021 ACT score. So that's like relatively a 1600 on your SAT. And then you need at least a 3.0. If you want to get a good academic scholarship, you need
Hang on. 1600 SAT is a perfect score.
1600.
Yes.
You know, I don't know the SAT very
Okay.
well.
I think we're talking about 1,000, maybe 1,100.
Yeah, you could be right.
Mm-hmm.
I never had to take the SAT, so I don't know. But I think I just read the paperwork and it said 1600, so I was like, okay.
Maybe
But,
it's old because
yeah.
they did add a section to the SAT X amount of years ago and they took it out.
Okay. Yeah, because I know the ACT, the highest you can get is a 36.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but so like if you want a good academic scholarship, the higher your GPA is, the better. Like we have one scholarship for incoming freshmen that if they have a 3.5 GPA and an ACT score that's like above a 21, they can get $250,000 academic scholarship.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and
that's huge.
And that's 2/3 of their tuition already covered without anything else.
And 21 is not a crazy number.
No. But I was like, that high school GPA definitely helps. And then like for JUCOs, Kansas JUCOs can get extra scholarships just from being in a Kansas JUCO. And then if you're from like Hutch Community College or Barton Community College, you get even more just because you're already in that area.
Nice.
But we also have scholarships for kids from different JUCOs too. So we have a pretty good transfer packet if they have a high GPA as well.
Okay, so I forgot to do this, but my name is Derek Polk with Under the Radar. This is Kiera Broehl with Sterling College in Kansas. Can you speak a little bit about location and your school?
So Sterling College is in Sterling, Kansas. It's about an hour west of Wichita and then maybe like 25 minutes from Hutchinson, Kansas. It is like your typical Hallmark movie town. Like there's not many things to do there. Like if you just want to focus on school, softball, and getting stronger in your faith, because we are a Christian school, this is a great spot to be at. Yeah, it's very, very small, but everyone's very welcoming and very nice. So it's a great little town to be home away from home and still feel safe and comfortable.
Nice. Just to piggyback off something you just said, do y'all have a FCA program?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually have an FCA representative on campus.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so I like to do devotionals and have different guests come in, and one of those is they talk about their testimony, and we just grow in our faith that way. I like to do a lot of activities, and faith is not something that's on the back burner. It's intermixed with everything that we do.
Does your school have chapel?
Yes, we have chapel twice a week, and then they have Bible classes that they're required to take.
How many sports does your school offer?
A lot.
How's the student body? I mean,
So we are 90% athletes.
as far as football is concerned, will your softball girls have the opportunity to go watch the football games?
Oh yes. So because we are such a small campus, we have a lot of sports. We all support each other. So like baseball and softball are definitely intermixed because we share the same indoor, and both baseball coaches and softball coaches are right next to each other. Behind our indoor is the football field, and then right across the parking lot is the gym. And everyone goes to everything. Me personally, I love athletics and I love sports, so I'll watch whatever sport we have because we have men's and women's soccer, we have track, we have cross country, volleyball, basketball, swimming, tennis, football, baseball, and softball.
So let me ask this question. I know you're new to Sterling, but talk to me about the weather up there, being that we are in Texas. Talk to me about how cold and windy it gets up that way.
It gets cold. I'm not even about to lie. It gets very cold. The coldest that it is, though, the kids are lucky because they're not there. It's the coldest we get is normally in December and January, and then the end of February. So like by the time we're back and we're outside, it's starting to warm up. Now I will tell you, the wind in Kansas slices your bones. It is very sharp and it's very cold. But I don't like to be cold, so I like to make sure that we got all the warm gear that we can get. So fundraising is important because if we want them nice thick coats, we got to make sure we fundraise for them.
Gotcha. Being that your season starts late January, or your games start late January, are you able to play in your state, or are you having to go south to play, or how does that work for you?
It kind of just depends. Like it depends on how bad the winter is, because I've had some years where I can play in home when I've been in Kansas, and then I've had other years where I go out. Mm-hmm. I prefer to go where it's warm. So we actually have a couple tournaments that we're doing, and one of them's actually in Branson, Missouri, because they have a really good indoor facility for tournaments. And so we'll go there, and then hopefully not this year, but next year, we will go down to a couple tournaments in Texas, because I do have a lot of Texas kids.
What type of culture are you trying to set with the program?
I like family first culture, and so a we over me type of mentality. Mm-hmm. I feel like if we gel as a family and understand that we're doing this not for ourselves but for other people, it creates a stronger bond. And then I think by focusing on like joy, which is Jesus, others, yourself, by putting him first and then other people first, then yourself, you create a selfless team culture, which is what I'm trying to build.
Joy, I like that. Joy. What let's say in the setting of a camp that you might be working, what types of things are you looking at? What are you looking for? I'm not talking about athletic, because everybody wants the pitcher that can throw gas, the hitter that can hit bombs, but what are some of the intangibles you're looking for?
Energy. So like if I see somebody make a great play, I want to see who saw it and who is cheering for her. Those are the things that I'm looking for. Like just because you didn't do something phenomenal doesn't mean you don't give credit to someone else. So when someone does something great, I'm looking to see who else saw that and how hyped they got for their teammates, regardless of that. Because those are things that like I can't coach you on. Like you have to care about what other people are doing, because you may not play every game.
Right.
So I need to make sure that you understand that your role is important even if it's not on the field. And so I look at those things. I do look at how you talk to your parents. Like, I want kids that are respectful, because that's important. If you can't respect your parents, how are you going to respect me?
Right.
I don't like that. If you tell your mama, come over here, no, you're not going to talk to me like that as your coach.
Got it. When it comes to the classroom, what are you looking for?
So I want to win in every facet, and that includes in the classroom. I myself am a nerd. I have multiple degrees, and so like I know that after they graduate from Sterling, like softball's not going to be a professional sport that we play. We're not at that level. That's totally okay. So getting their education is important. I definitely do more of a checks and balances type of mentality on grades, because when you graduate, you're not going to have mom, dad saying get up and go to work, or a coach telling you where you at, why aren't you at practice. You'll just get fired. So I like to make sure that they understand like you are adults, but we need high GPAs, because we can get different types of fundraising if we have the highest GPA on campus.
Got it.
So I want to make sure our team is the best of the best of the best.
Got it. Social media. Do you speak on it for a bit?
So I'm definitely more on Twitter than anything else. Like, I do have a lot of kids who send me their Instagram. I just don't really get on Instagram, but Twitter is definitely where I find my kids and I look at it. And then also having field level, those type of things, sports recruits, those type of things. If you send me your link and your email, I will definitely respond to that.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question. I coach and I have kids that answer me, well, coach, I called her, she doesn't call me back. What would you tell an athlete that's trying to pursue a scholarship or get in contact with a college coach where she has their contact info already?
The first thing I say, did you leave a message? Because I get a lot of phone calls, and if they don't leave a message, I don't call them back sometimes. So, like, if you call a coach and you leave a message, yes. If you're uncomfortable leaving a message, send a text message. Texting me is going to get to me a lot quicker because I will go back and look at those text messages because sometimes I'm busy. So I open my phone, I'll read the message and be like, okay, I got to contact that kid later. And then I'll close it back up to say that it's unread until I can come back to it. But if they just call me and don't say anything or don't leave a message, I'm not going to get back to you.
Okay, so is it fair to say you want them to call first, leave the voicemail, and then a text right behind it?
That's fine with me. The more ways if you reach out to me multiple times, I'm like, okay, she is definitely interested and she wants to talk. It's when you just call and then expect me to call that number back. I don't know who you are, darling.
Right.
So, like, you gotta just give me some info.
Now, we're in 2025 and it's a time of text messages and emails and things of that nature. Do you prefer the verbal conversation or does it matter to you?
So if we're having our initial talk, I definitely want to talk to you face to face. Or if I can't do face to face, we can do a phone call. But if we've already talked before, texting is totally fine because that way I have a written response of me talking to you and knowing what I'm supposed to do. But definitely my first conversation, I want to see how we connect because if like we don't even connect on the phone, how is that going to work going forward as your coach?
Right.
Because I'm definitely a talker.
You are a 4-year school, correct?
Yes.
Do you allow freshmen to come in and take kids' positions if they earn it, or are you more that's going to play favoritism to your upperclassmen?
Nah, the best 9 are going to be on the field. I don't really care what year you are. If you get your spot taken by a freshman or a senior, then you better work harder and take it back. Like, this is a dog-eat-dog sport, and so, like, if you want it, you got to take it.
Let me ask you this question. Being of the time of the NIL, how would you feel if a kid said, Coach, I want to come in, be an All-American for you, and transfer out? What's your take on that? How would you feel about that?
It wouldn't be a smart decision coming to where I'm at and doing that. Just because, like, you never know, like, you just wasted a year, and it's like $40,000 total to come here, and it's not all the way covered. Mm-hmm. So, like, if that's what if you're wanting to do a one and done type of situation, it'd be better to go to a JUCO rather than go to another 4-year and then leave again.
Got it. So, I mean, now's the opportunity. We're about to wrap up. Now's the opportunity for you to speak on your school. Have at it.
So Sterling College is a 4-year small school. If you're looking for a place to come where you focus on softball, school, and faith, this is a great spot to be. We do a lot of community involvement, and it's a family atmosphere. If you want everybody to know who you are, this is a great spot to be, and we have a great time while we're doing it.